we've done some work with addition, and today we're going to start switching over to thinking about subtraction. Subtraction can be a little bit tricky. We've talked a little bit about the language of subtraction. We've learned two ways to translate a subtraction problem into, we've talked about a couple of ways to translate a subtraction equation into English. So let's revisit those. How can I read this equation in English? We talked about two ways that we read a subtraction equation. Julian, give me one.
78 take away 32 equals what?
We can totally think about it as 78 take away 32. What was the other way that we've been thinking about subtraction? Dawn, you remember?
Well, I know how to check the work, see if you're right. You can add the what?
Emma, you remember?
The distance between 78 and
The distance between 78 and 32. If you haven't, write your title down. It's just subtraction. And then I want you to write that equation. The difference between 78 and 32 equals question mark. So, Bowen, to do that, you need your math notebook, though, fam. Yep. The distance between 78 and 32. We are. Because when we're thinking about how far apart things are, it's very helpful to do that on a number line. So when you're done writing, I want you to picture, where is 78 going to be on a number line? Where would that go? Kind of like in that game zoom. Where would 32 go on that number line? What would be a reasonable difference between those two numbers? Remember that word reasonable means estimate. What would be like a close to number? About how many numbers are in between 78 and 32? Cole, what do you think?
46.
That's not a friendly number.
45.
Maybe 45? Avery?
20.
Maybe 20? Emma?
40.
Maybe 40? Maverick?
30.
Maybe 30? Would 100 be a reasonable difference?
No.
No, we know 100% that it's not going to be 100 numbers in between 32 and 78. Brogan?
Where are you gonna put the 78 gonna go out here? The 32 is gonna go here.
All right, so today we're going to look at our number line. We're going to be doing subtraction on our number line. Go ahead and write this new equation. It says 324 minus 219. Go ahead and write that equation. Underneath that, go ahead and draw a number line, because that's the strategy we're going to be working with today. If I want to find out the distance between those two numbers, I have to put those two numbers on my number line. Which of those two numbers would come first? If I was counting, which one would I count to first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one would I get to first, Marley?
219.
Yeah, I would get to 219 first, because 219 is smaller, it's less than 324. That's going to be my first number, 219.
I got the bigger number.
Are there numbers before 219?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just zooming in on this section of the number line. There's numbers ahead of 219.
There's numbers ahead.
We're trying to figure out the distance, Paxton, between 219 and 324. So I'm going to go ahead and make my end number line.
That's a pretty big distance.
324. Bowen says it's a pretty big distance. Could be. Using some estimation to figure out if that's a big distance or not. I like it.
I'm just looking for
From here, we've got a couple of different options.
It's about 120.
I could start at 324 and start counting backwards.
Good.
Or I could start at 219 and start counting forwards. How are we going to figure out how many numbers are in between? Addison, sit up. Art, sit up. David, what do you think? How am I going to figure out how many numbers are in between? Okay. Paxton, what do you think? What do you think? Let's start paying attention, please. I want to know, what do you think? How are we going to find out how many numbers are in between those two numbers? What do you think? I don't know. It's not acceptable, friend. You have thoughts about this. Mason, you got thoughts? How am I going to find out how many numbers are in between?
What I did is I made the midway point, which is 250.
Okay. Why?
And then, well, to figure out the hop.
Oh, okay.
So I hopped it, and I figured out that hop was 84 jumps.
Oh, so Mason's saying, you know what? We should be making some hops.
And then 50 back would be equal to like 150 something.
All right. I like to hop in 3 different stages. Underneath this, we're going to write our hops. I like to do mini hops like this, little teeny tiny ones. If I do a little teeny tiny hop like that, that's only worth 1. Or if we're writing. Sometimes I do like a medium hop, like this. And that hop
I don't have to make them.
is worth 10. Let me rewrite this with my marker actually writing. And then sometimes, Paxton, in 3rd grade we start working with really big numbers. And I might have to do a big hop. Like 100. That can happen. In 3rd grade. So let's look at my number line. I'm going to start at 219. I always like to do big hops if I can. What's 100 more than 219? Because I want to see if I can do 100 hops. What's 100 more than 219? All right.
319.
Is 319 on this number line?
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's before 324, so I know it'll fit. That's exciting because 100 numbers, that would take a long time. 319 is going to be pretty close to 324. There's my big hop. Look how many numbers we just hopped through. Now I'm at 319. Can I do another 100 hop?
Yes.
No, I would be way too far from
A
324.
medium hop, though.
Could I do a hop of 10?
Yeah.
No. What's 10 more than 319?
329. No, 339.
What's 10 more than 319, Cole?
329.
329. Is that past 324?
Yes.
Ooh, so we can't do a 10 hop. That means we gotta do some 1 hops. Alright, if I do a 1 hop from 319, I get to 320, 321, 322, 323, 324. All of those were worth 1. What was the distance between those numbers? This is where you add up those hops and figure out, okay, well, how many numbers were in between 324 and 219? Mason, what'd you get?
104.
Is it 104?
No, it looks like it.
Why don't you count those 1 hops one more time?
Oh, 105.
105. So the difference between 324 and 219 is 105. There's 105 numbers in between 324 and 219. So far, so good?
Yeah.
We're going to try another one, so if you're still kind of like, maybe, we're going to do another one. Alright. 282 minus 159. Someone read this to me in English. Callie, go for it.
282, take away 159.
That will work. What's the other way we're thinking about it today, though?
What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
282.
You're close. So I want to help out Callie. She's really close. Avery, give her some other words to use.
What is between 282 and 159?
Close. We don't want to say what is. That's not quite what we're looking at. Ava, you want to help them out?
The distance between 282 and 159.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to say it again for those of you who couldn't hear Ava. She said the distance between 282 to 159. Colby, how do I read this in English? Ava said it and I said it. Were you listening? Yikes. Who was listening that could tell Colby? You don't got your hand up either. Jordan, go for it.
The distance between 282 and 159 is
Colby, how do I read this in English?
the distance between 282 and the distance between 159.
The distance between 282 to 159. Where am I going to put these on my number line? Marley?
You put the lower number at the first start and then the higher number at the end.
Why?
Because the lower number is going to come first.
Yeah, Marley says I'm going to put my lower number at the front because when I'm counting, that comes first. 159, 282. Can I do a big hop? Yes! Because if I can do 100, I want to do 100. I want to go big. If I do a big hop, what number am I going to land on? What is 100 more than 159? Addison? 259. That's not too far from 282. Big hop of 100. Now I'm at 259. There are at least 100 numbers in between. There's actually more, right? We know that. But there's over 100 numbers between. Mason, what's up?
Actually, there's
another 100 hops?
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
What is 100? Make sure you tell me what's 100 more than 250. Paxton?
359.
Is 359 going to go anywhere in this space?
No.
No. So I cannot do 100 hops. It would be too much. Can I do a 10 hop?
Yes.
All right, let's do a 10 hop. If I do a 10 hop, I'm at 259. Where am I at now?
269. 260.
Let's try not to yell out. Let's try and practice raising our hand. Archer?
260.
269. Hey, that works. We're still under 282. This marker, this boy's going to do the death of me. 269. Can I do another 10 hop?
Yes.
Yes. If I do another 10 hop, what number do I end at? What's my next number that I'm at? Callie?
279.
279. Notice the only thing that's changing when I'm doing these 10 hops is my 10. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm counting by 10. It's the only thing that's changing. Can I do another 10 hop?
No. Yes. No.
I'm at 279.
289.
Is that going to be less than 282?
Yes. Yes.
No.
More.
No. He knows. He knows. He knows.
Keep going.
He knows. I watched his face. He figured it out. So I can't do another 10 hops. It would be past 282, which means now I'm on 1 hops. 279 plus 1.
280.
280 plus 1.
281.
281 plus 1.
282.
282.
How many numbers are in between? To figure this out, I have to add up my hops. Julian, you think you got it? 123.
Oh, yeah. 123.
123. Very good. Very good.
1, 2. I don't know.
Hey, that question says, what's the difference? What is that asking? You're going to see that question on your end of unit test, which will probably be in January. You'll see this question on the EOG. I want to make sure we have the right language. If the question says, what is the difference? What does it want to know? Go ahead and write that question. It can be a subtitle. It can be a new title. That's up to you. What does that question want to know? Bowen?
What's the distance between those two numbers?
Yes. Air high five. Boom. Here's another one coming at you real fast. Think fast. Boom. Yes. We're trying to send my air high fives, Julia. Let's see. Yeah, it is not asking you what is different about those two numbers. You should not say, well, one of them has a 4 and one of them has a 3. No. If you see the question, what is the difference with this kind of equation? A, K, A. If I'm writing, you're writing. What's the difference? AKA. What is the distance? That the looks weird. I'm going to fix it for you. What's the distance between? So that word difference in math means something a little bit different than if I was explaining the difference in reading class or in science class. Right? If I said, what's the difference between a bone and a muscle? You would tell me how they were different. If I say, what's the difference between 419 and 136? You're not going to tell me how those numbers are different. You're going to tell me what's the distance between. That makes sense? That language can be tricky because it's a little bit different. Let's draw our number line. Probably gonna have to be in the red pen because my black one is really struggling functioning today. Let me see if I can do this. Alright, how am I gonna set up my number line?
136 going to 419.
136 to 419. The only reason I'm putting those numbers on my endpoint is because I'm trying to figure out how many numbers are in the middle of that. Go big, go home, Mason. Can I do 100 hops? Yes, I can. If I'm at 136, look at what's in my hundreds. If I do 136, no. We're just doing 100 more than 136. That's it. 236. Notice the only thing that changed is my 100. You see that?
You can do another 100.
All right. Mason thinks I can do another one. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Thumbs down if you disagree.
Yeah.
We can do another 100. Let's do another 100 hop.
You can do another one.
Hang on, Mason. Hang on. I gotta go slow. My marker is being crazy. 336. Brother, did you have a question?
Yes.
What's that?
I was wondering what
It's 236. It's 100 more than 136.
Another one. No, 236.
If I do another 100, what number will I be on? Archer?
436.
436. Is that gonna be too big, or can I make that?
Too
hop?
big.
Too big. So I'm done with my 100. Now I'm at my 10s. I could, Marley brought up a good point. I could do ones.
But it would be easier to do.
Mathematically, I could do 8 zillion ones.
Oh, yeah.
But if we're counting by ones in this large of a number, we're probably gonna make some mistakes. So let's use our 10s.
And there's going to be a lot of ones that are here.
All right, what's 10 more than 336? Now we're changing our tens place. All right.
346.
346. Cool, we got plenty of room. Let's do 10 more. Where am I at now? Raise your hand and tell me, don't yell it out because people are still thinking. Maverick?
356.
356. Cool, I can keep going.
I can't.
No, so can keep going, figure it out. Problem solved. What's 356 plus another 10? Marley?
366.
366. I can keep going. Another 10. Another one. Mason?
367.
10s.
376.
There you go. 376. Hey, I can keep going. Another one. Where am I at now, Jordan? 386. Can I keep going?
Yes! I can.
Yes, you can. You can figure out how to solve that problem.
We need
What's
bigger number.
10 more than 386? Addison? 396.
Then do another 10.
If I do another 10, this is where it gets a little tricky, Smile. I hope we're paying attention.
400.
What number would I be at? Because it gets a little tricky.
406.
Marley?
406.
406. Look at what changed in those tens places.
100.
We had our tens turn into that 100. Very good.
Oh, it's just like
Can I do another 10?
yes!
number am I at now? I was at 406. 416. Can I do another 10?
No, you're at the end.
Now I'm at 416.
You gotta do one more. You're gonna do a one.
We're gonna do one.
I gotta do some ones. 417, 418, 419. Whoa, that was crazy.
I don't have enough room.
All right, let's start counting at what we got. We've got 100, 200,
210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 281, 282, 283.
What's the distance between those two numbers?
283.
That's a big difference. At the top of your desk, go ahead and write 544. Take away 307 or on our desk. That's what I said. Or we're trying to figure out the distance between 544 and 307. So write that equation at the top of your desk, please.
With your whiteboard marker.
Paxton, what does this equation mean? Read it to me in English. That'll work.